My word, Steve Coogan's gonna have his work cut out when he eventually plays this bloke in a biopic one day. Yes, it's finally out, Mr McMahon, the Netflix documentary series about Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I was looking forward to this for ages, and I have to say, it didn't disappoint. Now, some people have said that it's no more than a hit piece and that it was misrepresentative of Vince McMahon, and those people are called Vince McMahon. He tried to stop the Netflix documentary coming out, and you can see why. He didn't come across that well. In parts, actually, he did come across well. I mean, he does still have the charm and charisma of Vince McMahon. You can't take that away from him. And they did touch upon some of the positive aspects of his character. I don't think it was a hit piece. I think they were quite balanced, to be fair. They did talk about some of the nice things that he'd done, and there was people out there talking about how, he saved their life, or, Bruce Pritchard was saying he saved his wife's life, and, so I think there was some nice things in there, and it did make you build sympathy for Vince McMahon. They talked about his very troubled upbringing and some of the abuse that he suffered. So, yeah, they did make you feel sorry for Vince, but at the same time, Vince is a maniac and, not a great person, to be honest, and there's no way to hide it, really. If at any point you're doing a documentary series and you have to say the words, "Oh yeah, well, if I did sexually assault that person, the statute of limitations would be up by now. Yeah, documentary's probably not going well." I feel sorry for his lawyers after some of the things he said here. He just seems like a remorseless maniac that I suspected he was, and it's just confirmation of that. They don't really teach you anything new. If you're a wrestling fan, you know most of the stuff that they're going to cover. They've left some bits out even. They didn't talk about his failed hockey franchise in the 80s, the Cape Cod Buccaneers. But most of the things they cover, but they put it together in a way that really gives you the most accurate and in-depth examination of the psyche of this maniac. I mean, you get to know what his fears are, what his motivations are. Really good, really fascinating. And the Vince McMahon story has yet to be finished. Most of this was filmed in 2001, and the most recent allegations come out after that. So they only really go in depth on these allegations in the last half an hour of the last episode. So there's definitely a lot more to be uncovered as we find out what actually happened. So there probably will be a follow-up documentary, like Making a Murderer. Oh no, Making a Molester, that might be what they call it. But yeah, very good, very good. And I have to say, one positive for Vince, his text game, very impressive for a man in his 70s. I've not seen those texts, but they go on for ages, and yeah, very good, very impressive texting skills there, Vince. And his singing voice wasn't actually that bad. The people doing the hair and makeup as well on this documentary have really done a marvellous job. I mean, that's the most bangable I've seen a lot of those geezers look in years. So yeah, well done there. And yeah, just overall very well made documentary, very good. The WWF Casino and Hotel, never heard of that before. I did not know that was a plan. Why didn't that get made? I mean, I'm not a gambler, but I would have gone to that. See someone get chokeslammed through a roulette table, would have been brilliant. But yeah, great documentary. Definitely go out there and watch it. And don't defecate on anyone, people. If you're watching, don't do it. Don't end well. Anyway, like and subscribe. Cheers.